Welcome back to another episode of the His and Her Rewatch podcast, where we watch movies that he likes
and watch movies that she likes.
I'm the His, Caleb, and with me, as always, my wonderful wife, the Her, Megan. Megan, welcome back.
Thank you. I always like how you have to point at me to get me to say my line.
Yeah, I cue you up a little bit.
Sometimes I'm like not ready for it, but I've gotten used to it now.
Yeah. Well, it's been a while since we actually recorded. So
I know. We're actually recording the day our episode comes out.
Yeah. So
we'll go ahead.
We're a little behind. We apologize for the late release, but hope you're still enjoying it and looking forward to it. And hope the anticipation has made it worth everything.
That's right.
So, but we're back. We watched. We're here with our 13th episode. And we did Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
Yes.
So
I'm glad you threw that one in there.
Before we get started, we'll go over all of our normal stuff. Make sure you're following us on all of our social medias.
Yes. So we have our Instagram, which is at His and Her Rewatch. I just want to say podcast every time.
It's just His and Her Rewatch.
Yes, it's His A&D Her Rewatch, and that's on Instagram. And then we have a Facebook account, which is essentially the same thing. But if you like Facebook over Instagram, we're over there as well, and that's His with the and sign, Her Rewatch. Over there. Yes,
that's right. So I hope you found us on all our socials and you're keeping up with when everything's released and getting involved a little bit. We wouldn't mind a little activity, some little feedback, some comments, some tag your friends, and so if you like what's going on, just try to find a way to support us that way. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and you're doing a great job on social media because I have not had the time to do any social media at all. So it is all Caleb on there. So he's doing a good job.
I know I always do the graphics or whatever, and I always go. I get your approval on some of them, and you're always like, "Yep, looks good, looks good." I'm like, "Are you just blowing me off, or am I actually doing a decent job?"
No, I would tell you.
Yeah, you would.
I did tell you at the beginning, and I was like, I'm not taking over. Which is what I told you. I was like, you have a formula, and then you stick to it with like the fonts and the colors, and just makes it easier to figure out what you want to put out there, and makes everything look cohesive.
Yeah, I do try to make the episode launch graphics or whatever with the poster and then something kind of background that kind of similar and it not look cohesive, but it makes sense to the episode. So it's fun though, and those are, like you said, we're kind of a template set up. So.
Right, yeah, it's super easy.
Yeah, try to find other things to do throughout the week, maybe some kind of tease or another preview or something, a clip, and so those kind of take a little bit more time.
Yeah, they do take up a lot of time. That's when I stopped. I was not able to do it anymore. Like, this just takes up too much of my time.
Yeah, I understand. So, did you have something for us to do today before we really get into it?
I have a little game. I know how you love when I surprise you.
Yeah. I know. I always try to get something out of you beforehand, but you never do. So
no, it makes it so much better.
You stay
to do
consistent.
It on here. Yes, that's me.
Yep.
Miss Consistency.
Fly, I see your pants.
Not right. No, not at all. Okay, yeah. So I have a little trivia game.
A trivia?
Yeah. So Ron Burgundy, or not Ron Burgundy, Anchorman, they took place in the 1970s. Uh-huh. So we have a little 1970s trivia.
70s trivia. Okay.
Yes.
Probably the decade I know least about.
Yeah. Well, I had 150 questions to pick from, so I picked questions that I think you would know the answers to.
Oh, well, I appreciate at least that.
So no pressure if you get any wrong.
Yeah. Well,
I flew in a couple of them that I like or that I know.
That's fine. So hey, guys at home,
yeah, play
along with us. Yeah.
Let me know how many y'all get right. Like I said, I just did 10 questions, and we don't have to do all 10 either if it gets to be long. But all right, number one.
Okay, number one.
Number one. What was the highest grossing film of the 1970s?
Oh, I don't know. Jaws?
No. Star Wars.
Oh, Star Wars. Yeah, that's a good one. Jaws
Star Wars.
That came to my mind first. I have no idea why.
Yeah, that's a good guess, though.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
You don't know?
Sure. I don't know when Jaws came out, but I mean, I know it was a popular film, so. All right. Which TV series premiering in 1975 is still on air today and has been a launching pad for many comedian careers?
Oh, Oh, I know this one. Okay. That's SNL.
Yeah, Saturday Night Live. I know,
yeah.
like, you didn't let me finish the question.
I know. I was just.
There's no one to compete against,
I
Caleb.
know.
You don't have
Buzz it in.
You don't have to cut me off. I should have just not finished the question like they do on Jeopardy.
I know. And
All right, number 3. Who broke the Major League Baseball single season home run record in 1974?
Hank Aaron.
Yes.
All right.
You want to make sure you got that
Yeah,
right.
I didn't think about it for a second.
All right, this one you might not know, but I know. But which band released the hit album Rumors in 1977?
Rumors.
Mm-hmm.
The album was Rumors.
Mm-hmm. The album name is Rumors. What's the band called?
I should know that. Or what genre? What would they have been in? Like
Everything is kind of rock, but like soft rock, I would say.
well, Rumors?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that
That's one of my favorites from the 70s.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. This one you're definitely going to know. No pressure.
Yeah, I know, right? No.
Sorry. What 1970s television series focused on the adventures of the crew aboard a 23rd century starship?
Starship. The Star Trek.
Yes.
Star Trek.
All right. What iconic 1970s film series began with a 1976 film about an aspiring boxer?
Rocky.
Yes, Rocky.
Rocky.
Okay. I don't know if you have one of these, but what was the name of the popular 1970s toy that featured a liquid-filled plastic dome in colorful floating shapes?
What? A what? Liquid. Oh, the Magic 8 Ball?
No.
No, what?
It's a liquid-filled plastic dome in colorful floating shapes. More like blobs. I wouldn't say shapes.
Like a lava lamp?
Yes, it's
Oh, lava lamp. Okay.
Yes, lava lamp. I don't know why I said floating shapes. It's more like bubbles.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the name of the first commercial video game released by Atari in 1972?
Pong.
Yes. All right. Which influential martial artist and actor passed away in 1973?
Bruce Lee.
Yes. All right, last one.
Okay.
Last one.
How am I doing so
favorite.
far?
You're doing great.
Okay.
All right, what 1970s TV show featured a group of teenage sleuths and their talking dog solving mysteries?
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. I was like, wait, is that a cartoon? Wait a second. Yep.
Yeah, you did great. I think you only got 2 wrong.
2 wrong. All right.
Yeah, which I was surprised about the Star Wars one.
All right, I messed that one.
But
I wasn't
okay.
I wasn't in the groove yet.
That
on
was a
one.
very wide question, like the highest grossing of all time in the 70s.
Yeah. The set, like, I know it got popular. I guess it did. I don't know. So
No, I'm pretty sure you've told me that before.
I don't know. Maybe we'll go with that.
Okay, well,
Slipped my mind.
you did good.
I would have guessed that. In fact, that one just totally slipped my mind.
Yeah,
I just went with my
there were a lot of questions on there, like political and like.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know who the president was? The majority of the 70s,
Jimmy Carter was late 70s, and
but the majority of like the 70s, it was before him.
I can't remember.
Richard
now.
Nixon.
It was Nixon.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. He was before
I thought he
Carter.
was the 60s,
Right?
but that was
Yeah.
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 Carter was
We already had this discussion before about if I could name presidents in the order since I've been alive.
Yeah, we
I
did.
have done that. I was able to do that. I think I forgot Bill Clinton, which let's be honest, we all forget Bill Clinton.
Well,
But yeah, that's about as far as I could get.
well, that was fun. I like that. Good.
Well, good.
70s trivia. Yeah, there are a lot of movies.
I was trying to think of like what we could do related to this movie. It's so
Yeah.
hard to come up with things.
Well, you could just go with anything or find something specific
Yeah,
or not.
I like to have a theme. So
There you go. I like it. You did good with
70s
that.
theme, far out.
Yeah, tubular.
No,
That's not it.
No,
What was I trying to think
what is tubular? That's like California
of? Yeah, I guess.
surfer language.
So, all right. Well, that was fun. Perfect
Was
amount
it
of
though?
time. It was.
Okay,
I did
good.
enjoy that.
Perfect amount of time, perfect amount of
Questions.
yeah of
and embarrassment.
Embarrassment. There you go. Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
All right, well, we'll get into our movie. Like I said, we watched the 2004 comedy starring Will Ferrell. Is Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
It was the 1970s.
Looking good, San Diego.
In a simpler time, Hey, Garth, how's the divorce?
Oh, not so good. I'll probably never see my kids.
Fantastic.
It took a simpler man
Follow leads, confirm sources. Real journalism, my friend. Great. Right on. Now, what's a lead?
to deliver the news.
I have some very urgent and important breaking news. Cannonball!
Will Ferrell is Ron Burgundy,
Who's that handsome devil?
a Californian so popular
You stay classy, San Diego.
Yeah!
he could have been governor.
Hey, I like that fanny.
Oh, Mr. Burgundy.
Anchorman, the legend of Ron Burgundy.
Burgundy did it! Hi-yo! Oh! Ron Burgundy is down and it is bad!
And Anchorman was released. I'm not going to say the whole title every time. I'm just
I
going to
know.
go.
I didn't even realize
Anchorman.
that was the whole title.
Yeah.
I just thought it was Anchorman.
It's like Talladega Nights, the ballad of what's his name? Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby,
It's
yeah.
the ballad of Ricky Bobby. I was like, it was just Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
But like Anchorman. Okay. So I'll just refer to it as Anchorman throughout
Okay.
the rest of the thing. I think everybody else will appreciate that.
Yes, for sure.
This had a release date of July 9th of 2004. The budget was $26 million and made $90.6 million
I
in the
know, I
box
saw
office.
that. That was nuts, man.
Yeah, that was pretty good. It got a lot more popular as time went on and stuff, and more appreciated over the years for sure. It's one of those movies. It was the 66th ranked movie that year. 2004, which was what you graduated.
Yeah, the year we met.
It was the year we met. This movie would have came out the summer we met, probably right after we did meet.
Yep.
And right around the time we started dating.
That's right.
We didn't go see this one in the theaters. We need to bring that
No,
up.
we saw, what was it? Shoot.
Our first movie together was Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes. Actually, technically, our first movie was Castaway. Remember, we saw that with a group of people.
Was that what movie we saw?
Yes.
There's no way I
I
would
will never
remember
forget.
that.
Because I remember seeing that movie because we sat in the front row because there was no seats. Because we waited to the last minute to get tickets, and we sat in the front row.
Wow.
And I was like, my neck was hurting the whole time. I've never sat in front row before again. It was miserable.
I didn't realize that those two movies came out that year, but I guess it would have been too.
I guess, yeah. I think that's what it was, unless it was some other group I went with.
Oh, yeah, but that's fine. Okay, so would you venture a guess on what movie would have been number one that year?
2004?
2004.
Castaway? No.
No, I don't even I was trying to even find that one on the list. I don't even know where that one is on the list. That's a very beloved movie.
It could have been Dollar Theater. I don't know.
I don't know. I'll have to look that up. But it didn't. I don't see that on the list. Maybe, I don't know about Castaway. But the number one grossing movie was actually Shrek 2.
No way.
It was Shrek 2.
Wow.
The sequel. Harry Potter, The Prisoner of Azkaban, or
Oh, that's
Azkaban,
right,
or
yeah.
whatever. That came out. That was the second. Spider-Man 2 came out that year. The Incredibles. Passion of the Christ came out that year.
Oh, okay.
So those were your top 5 movies of 2004. This is the latest or the most recent movie I think we've done on our list.
Yeah, it is. So
But-
Castaway came out in 2000. So what's
Was not a bit.
You're like, I don't remember that movie. I don't remember seeing
I don't
that
remember
movie
seeing
with you.
that. I remember going to a movie as a group with you in
Maybe
the
it wasn't
group.
Castaway. I
I don't know. We went and did something as a group that summer I met you before we actually started talking or
Did we
anything.
go as a group to see that Napoleon Dynamite?
No, it was just me and
Okay,
you. I
I
think we went to Applebee's and went and saw Napoleon Dynamite as our first date.
Yeah, I remember the Applebee's.
Oh, yeah, and that was because it was close to your house. And
It's close to where I worked. Yeah.
yeah, it was right. Yeah, it was right where you were, and we went there for sure. That was back when Applebee's was actually
Yeah.
worth going to.
Yeah.
It's a
Hey, some
different-
people still like it.
Some people still like it. Hey, you know. All right, so we have our writers. Will Ferrell is a writer, and Adam McKay. Now, I don't know if you ever heard of Adam McKay, but Adam McKay was a writer. He's a writer, director, producer, actor. But He got his start on SNL as head writer from 1995 to 2001. And McKay actually has a comedy partnership with Will Ferrell where they co-wrote films together like Anchorman, Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, and The Other Guys. So
I can see the pattern.
yeah, those are very similar style movies for sure. Anything with Will Ferrell is similar in style, I think.
Right, yeah,
to, He has a wide range, but
Yes.
but there's a lot you're going to see some of. So Adam McKay actually directed this movie as well.
Yeah, they said it was his director debut.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this was the first movie he's directed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he did some other ones that I think they were really unsure of Will Ferrell being a leading man and Adam McKay as well. Because this 2004 was the early years of Will Ferrell's movie career.
Yep.
Like I said, Will Ferrell, big time in this movie. You know, he's our main character. He plays Ron Burgundy. Now we all know Will Ferrell from everything. If you've been from early 2000s till today, he's been in like everything.
Right.
Like
yeah. All
he's
the
been
big
in
stuff,
pop culture, everything. He got his big start on SNL. He was a cast member on SNL from 1995 to 2002. I just thinking about Will Ferrell at SNL. I mean, those were like the prime years of SNL to me.
Yeah, I agree. That's when that's not we like together, but like we as individuals watched SNL, and we watched some together, you know, in the early 2000s or mid 2000s, but we kind of fell off in the teens.
Yeah,
and the 20s,
like I said, I remember when I really got into SNL, I was in college, and Comedy Central used to run air reruns of like the early 90s. Like early 90s and on, so kind of like the Adam Sandler, Chris Farley, David Spade years. Then they did the 2000 or late 90s, you know, when Will Ferrell was on there with that amazing cast. And so they were watching. I was like the 90s to me were like the best years, even though there's two different. There's a dividing line really in 95 when they revamped it, but I still love those early 90s cast members and then the late 90s, but they used to watch reruns, and so I would just watch a lot of those SNL episodes. And then I remember in those early years of the internet, and you could download, we would illegally download stuff. I think we talked about this before, but I would go on there and download.
See, and you bashed me for illegally downloading movies.
But I would download like skits, like SNL skits, and I would put them on my computer and watch them. That's how I watch some of the skits. So some of my favorite SNL skits involved Will Ferrell. I mean, he had some of the best repeating ones.
Did you have it? Was it the DVD? Was it just Will Ferrell, or was it just like the best of SNL for like a certain year? I remember you had a DVD of SNL stuff, and we watched it a lot.
I think it was SNL. Was it that Seen It game? SNL Seen It?
No. It was a DVD because I remember it may have been best of Will Ferrell because that's all I remember.
Oh, I remember those. I did have a couple.
Yeah.
They did do the best of DVDs back then. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if it
Will
was
Ferrell.
per the characters or per actors or years. I just don't remember. But I remember there's a lot of Will Ferrell's, like we would watch with him on Jeopardy.
Celebrity Jeopardy is probably one of my favorite reoccurring skits was the Celebrity Jeopardy.
Yeah, I always love the reoccurring skits anyways.
Some of them are
So
great.
funny.
And he had so many good ones. He had like the Spartan cheerleaders.
Oh yeah.
He had
I like the one with him in the car. The
Night of the Roxbury.
No, and the one where he's I can't remember the name of it. It's Robert Goulet. Or is that right? Doulet?
Michael Bublé?
No. It's when he's in the car.
In the car?
He's with a car and he's like this hotshot.
Oh,
like,
he's
singer.
like the director or something.
I forget what he is, but it's like Robert Goulet. I forget what it is.
I love his Harry Carey skits.
Oh, yeah.
Harry Carey.
Oh, yeah.
I used to repeat those.
You did that all the time. It was very, very cute.
Appreciate it. I appreciate
Best quality.
I appreciate the effort there.
No, him as Sean Connery is iconic. Like, it is the best. He does Sean Connery better than Sean Connery. Like, I just will never forget. And then how he would misread the titles, like Ape Tit.
No, it wasn't. No, he's not the one who did Sean Connery. It was Daryl Hammond.
Oh,
Daryl Hammond, and he would
right. Okay, yeah.
Daryl Hammond would do the.
Well, Daryl Hammond as Sean Connery is great. That's right. He was Alex Trebek.
Yeah, he was
right.
Alex Trebek.
Yeah.
He always did Alex Trebek, and then Daryl Hammond's Sean Connery, he was reoccurring on Celebrity Jeopardy, and he would always have your mom jokes on that. It was great.
I thought what your mom said last night.
Exactly. It was great. And then one of the most famous SNL skits of all time is the cowbell skit that he's in. And with Christopher Walken. It's so funny. I'm telling you, we're going to need more cowbell.
I got to have more cowbell.
I got a fever.
It's so good.
It's great.
Right.
I mean,
good then.
They don't have those SNL skits anymore. They have like hit and miss, but there were like so many good skits during those runs of those. And those were the when you had like Tina Fey and Jimmy Fallon, and then Amy Poehler was on there doing like Weekend Update. And so I mean, those were just great writing. Those were good times.
They were good times.
I miss those.
I know.
But
we didn't watch it anymore, but
I know we fall off. They had some. I found some couple of good skits. They've done a couple of good ones recently.
Yeah, they got really political for a while there. And I just couldn't get, like, whenever Donald Trump was in office, and I'm like, I just can't get into this. Yeah, it's just old.
Well, it used to be just kind of get to it real quick. We'll get out of this, but it used to be where they were very even bashing both sides, or not bashing, but they were just picking at both sides, mm-hmm. and then it kind of got one direction, and so, but.
Yeah, Will Ferrell also did George Bush.
Yeah, I was gonna say it
was terrible, but he did do one.
But he was really good at that character. I thought he did great at George W. Bush.
He doesn't look like him at all. So
no, he doesn't look like him. But his demeanor, the way he just kind of spoofed on some of his mannerisms and the way he did things, it was funny. I mean, like back then, that was good, fun stuff. That's what I'm talking about. That political part was good, fun spoofs on presidents and stuff. So I always enjoyed those years and stuff.
Yeah.
But of SNL, the good old days.
But moving on. So all right, we're going to ask you this though. I do want to ask you this. What is your favorite Will Ferrell movie? Now, I probably already know what that one is, but what do you think it is?
Elf.
Yeah,
it's Elf.
Besides Elf, I would say Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights. Yeah, I would say that too.
It's a great movie.
I think Elf, Talladega Nights are top two. And he's had a good range of movies, of style movies that he's done. He's done some dramas and stuff, but his bread and butter are those movies like that.
Slapstick comedy.
Step Brothers. I think that's a great one.
Yeah.
The other guys was pretty good. We talked about that one. Blades of Glory. That one came on TV the other day.
Oh, you know what? And I loved him in that new one, Eurovision. He was hilarious in that.
Eurovision was a good one.
Yeah.
But that was a Netflix movie?
I think so. Yeah.
And then he did that. What was the Christmas one he did that came out last year, year before?
Oh, the one on
Spirited?
Apple.
Was it Spirited?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that
with
was really good.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
And that's a very modern, neat take on Charles Dickens' A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
I thought we really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that was really good.
It was a musical.
I was surprised.
It was a musical too, which having Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds in a musical was kind of like, wait a second, what?
Yeah.
But they did really good, and we enjoyed it as a family.
Yeah.
And that was on Apple TV.
Mm-hmm, Apple TV, yeah.
So, we'll move on for Will Ferrell. I'm a fan of Will Ferrell. He's had some good stuff, and he's missed on some things, but he's been around and done a lot of stuff. For sure, in the past, our whole adult life.
Right, yeah. I mean, we could talk about every single actor in this movie. Yeah, this movie has. I feel like this movie to me, it reminded me of those movies like Valentine's Day, and I don't know if you've seen any of those.
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
know
I
what I'm
know
talking about,
what
where
you're
it's
talking
like all the girls get together and they just get like, even like Bridesmaids was kind of that way too, where a lot of the girls get together who are just friends and they just pile on names like one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. I feel like that's how this was. This was just like summer camp for all these celebrities to just get together and hang out and goof off. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, and this has a lot of big names in it. Some of them weren't big names at the time. Like
Right.
Steve Carell was not a big name at the time. This is
Right.
way before The Office. He hadn't got his big break yet.
This was before. This was during.
No, this is
Yeah.
before. This is before because The Office. When The Office, I had it on there. Where'd it go? It was 2005 when The Office started. This was 2004.
Okay.
And 2005, like I said, Steve Carell did his big break was the 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah.
Which came out in 2005, and he had been around like the Today Show, not Today Show. What's the other one? The Daily Show on Comedy Central. He had done some stuff, but that was his big break. And then I think with this Anchorman and 40-Year-Old Virgin really got his name out there. And then obviously The Office was just, he went to superstardom at that point.
Right.
But like you said though, that you have a lot of cameos in this movie, and that even like magnified in the Anchorman 2, which had a ton more cameos. I think I've seen it once.
Yeah.
But they had a ton of cameos. It's like one of those movies that like everyone just wants to be a part of, like you're talking about.
Right,
like
yeah.
you just want to like, do you want to do this? Yeah. Just tell me when to be there. It's kind of like one of those things. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Whatever, probably little money that they are getting, but they just want to be a part of something that's so great, We have Christina Applegate, who plays opposite of Will Ferrell, Ron Burgundy, and she plays Veronica Corningstone.
Yeah, there was actually a lot of people that were up for that role. So I have Amy Adams, Maggie Gyllenhaal, sorry, and Leslie Mann all auditioned for the part. And they said that they were surprised. There's a huge upset about Applegate getting it over Leslie Mann because her husband actually worked on the movie, and he likes to bring her in a lot of the movies.
Oh yeah.
And I had to figure out, okay, who was Leslie Mann? And so I went on and looked it up, and she's hilarious.
Yeah, she's done a lot of good comedies.
I forget about how funny she is. She would have been great. Like, I love Christina Applegate. Was she right for this role? Personally, I don't think she was.
I think she did fine.
I think she did okay.
Good.
I think Lindsay Mann would have probably done better because she has that dry sense of humor, you know? I mean, and I think this probably took, Applegate out of her comfort zone because she's not used to, like, comedy, I feel like.
I don't know.
But,
I don't know, maybe. That's an interesting take on it.
I don't know. I always forget that she's in this movie.
I think Lizzie Mann would have been great. I think Christina Applegate for the movie, I think she did good.
Yeah, I mean, I said she did good.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
Uh-huh.
I think it could have been better, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. I think it would have been interesting. I don't think Amy Adams or Maggie Gyllenhaal would have done
I agree.
that. Leslie Mann's interesting for sure. She has plays a lot of good comedies. And she plays a lot of raunchy stuff too.
She does. I know. A lot of it we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Like, I know what movie she's in, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I've seen a lot of her stuff, but there's other ones that probably stay away from.
Speaking of like other roles, so they said that James Spader was actually up for the role for Brick.
James Spader.
Yes.
I don't see that.
I know, right? Which I thought was kind of funny because, James Spader actually ended up taking over Steve Carell's part on The Office.
Oh, yeah, he did. He was. That's right.
Yeah. Well, I watched.
But he is actually funny.
He is funny, yes. He's very funny on The Office. So yeah. I could see it, but it's not the same as what Steve Carell did.
I don't think he could have done, he probably could have done maybe Paul Rudd's character.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or even Champ. Yeah.
Maybe Champ. But Steve Carell, the way he plays that, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. I watched his audition for that part on YouTube while I was doing my research.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I watched his audition while I showed you later. It's hilarious.
Really?
And I'm like, this is why he got the role. Because everyone in the room is hysterically laughing, and he's still in character the entire time. He did the scene of when he's eating the trash out of the trash can, the rolled up coffee filter with cigarette butts and everything in it. No. I mean, he wasn't eating it; he was like make believe eating it, but it literally looked like he was eating something. Like it was crazy. But no, he was hilarious. I think he did it better in the audition than he did in the film. But they said too that whole scene, Paul Rudd was talking about. He did like an interview, and he said that he the hardest part about this whole movie was not laughing at everything. Oh, yeah. And just laughing at each other. And they said they did a really good job up until this one scene of Steve Carell trying to eat. And I think they said it was some kind of like edible tissue with like cake and stuff. But it looked disgusting. Oh, yeah. And they said they had to do it so many takes. Like the film crew was getting so pissed off because it was taking so long. And I watched some bloopers and it was hilarious. Oh, wow. Because, like, just the look on his face trying to eat this stuff, and he's just like, his mouth is so full of all this food. And you can just hear him all hysterically laughing. I'm like, yeah, that'd be really hard to work in this movie.
Yeah. Oh, that's what they said, that they did a lot of improvisation. A lot of these guys, these cast members are very good at improv. And so they threw that in there. So they said they had a lot of takes. Adam McKay let them just keep going and going. They even said they had like a second movie.
Yes, I read that too. You did? I was like, where is this movie at?
Yeah, there is like a whole nother cut. It's a totally like another movie with different, and it's like they cut a lot of this stuff. Even like if you watch the trailer for it, there is a lot of scenes that are in the trailer that are not in the movie. Mm-hmm. So like him taking a bullet for Applegate.
Yeah. Is that part of him eating that coffee filter in the movie?
I was trying to remember.
I don't remember it.
I don't remember it either.
Well, because I just watched the videos. It's hilarious.
Really?
Like I don't remember. I'm like, did I fall asleep during that part? But they may have just ended up cutting it and not putting it in the movie. Because like they're all sitting down in like a cafeteria. Yeah, and he ends up getting the it's like a coffee filter with like cigarette butts and everything, and he's like, oh yeah, I got it in the basket at the end of the line, and it's a trash can. And he calls it, he's like, Brooke, what are you eating? He's like, oh, it's one of those tacos that have it's one of those hot dog tacos with like the hot dog in it with the cinnamon on top and bacon bits. And Ron's like, that's not a thing. I'm like, where was this in the movie? It's hilarious. I'll have to show it to you. We'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah, we'll have to put that in. Yeah, I'll have to put that in the.
Because I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, was this even in the movie? I'm like, because I don't remember. I'm like maybe I was looking down at my phone or something. I was like, because we've seen this before. Like, I've at least seen it a couple of times, and I just don't remember this part. But I'm like, this is hilarious. And that's what his audition was that part too. So I don't know, but yeah, I'll have to show it to you afterwards. But yeah, they said that, like you said, that film, they had a whole other film, and it was like a whole subplot built around an entirely abandoned subplot about a group of bank robbers called the Alarm Clock. And I'm like, what? It's all from the same movie?
Yeah, all recorded. Apparently, all of it was recorded during the taping of this movie.
Yeah, well, they said, I don't know if you read about the first script that they wrote.
I saw something about it.
Yeah, about Will Ferrell and Adam McKay wrote together, and it was so far out there. It was about the Anchorman, and it was talking about how they ended up like crashing a helicopter or a plane or something and landing on some like abandoned forest or something. It's like so far out there.
I saw it was about a plane crash. Yeah, they were all crashed, but I didn't. Yeah, the whole storyline.
I'm like, yeah, that's why you have people like producers that will reel you back in and be like, okay, it's funny, but it's not.
You have a good
be everybody's favorite.
Yeah, you have a good concept. Let's kind of wrap it around something else here.
I can see Will Ferrell going off on some rails there.
Yeah,
it's gotta have somebody to bring him back in to real life.
Yeah, for real. So we talked about Brick. We know Steve Carell's Brick. He's so funny in that.
He is hilarious.
He's great. Paul Rudd. There's another movie with Paul Rudd. He plays Brian Fantana. We won't talk about Paul Rudd much. If you wanted to hear us talk about Paul Rudd, go back and listen to our Clueless episode.
That's right.
So, he plays, everybody knows him from Ant-Man. Currently, you have David Koechner for all you that are just now joining the podcast, is if you have a drinking game about the way when I mispronounce names, there's your time.
Take a drink.
Take a drink. But David, I think it's Koechner. He plays Champ Kind. He's you would have seen him play. He played Todd Packer in The Office. He was in 15 episodes there. He was in Get Smart, which was another movie Steve Carell was in. I'm not a big fan of his, but I did really enjoy him when he was in The Goldbergs. He played He played Bill Lewis. He was in 38 episodes of The Goldbergs. I did see that John C. Reilly almost played Champ.
I saw that, yeah.
Which John C. Reilly obviously went on to play opposite of Will Ferrell in Talladega Nights and Step Brothers.
I feel like, and I kind of get them too mixed up. So
they're hilarious together.
Yeah, I was like,
they
I kind of see
stuff.
that they would kind of be together.
Yeah, that probably would have changed the chemistry a lot in that movie. Would have been like totally two-sided on that.
Yeah,
it would have been. But yeah, John C. Reilly is great. He makes a great supporting character of Roll for Real. Then you also go over some of the other names that we found in the movie. You have Fred Willard. He played Ed Harkin. I love him and stuff. I think he passed away like 2 years ago. Chris Parnell. He's another SNL alum. Vince Vaughn. He's in it a few times.
I have to say, I love him in this movie.
Vince Vaughn, yeah, he does it great.
I put down one of my favorite actors in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish he was in it more.
Yeah.
He is hilarious, and I love Vince Vaughn anyways. Like, I think he's like one of those those actors, not characters. Well, I guess even his characters, but like his acting like gets better and better as he's gone on, you know. And because we watched him in Rudy. And I was like, meh, he's all right, whatever. He didn't have a big part.
That was like 20 years, 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
I mean, he didn't have a big part anyways. Right. He didn't have a big part in this movie either. But, I mean, his laugh, was just so...
That was perfect for the movie.
It's great.
He's so perfect.
Yeah, and I loved his style. Just the way he was dressed and his hair. It was perfect for this movie.
When he goes... it's so funny, the idea of rival...
Evening
TV stations,
daytime,
So him coming in plays that perfect rival, and he has a great attitude that it's
also
great.
when during that scene when they first meet is one of my favorite lines.
When they walk in there in the park.
It's one of my favorite lines that Brick says, and where'd you get those clothes? The toilet store.
Hello, evening news team.
Hey, nice clothes, gentlemen. I didn't know the Salvation Army was having a sale. Am I right? Look at these guys.
Hey, where did you get those clothes? At the toilet store?
I know, and they're all bickering, and then he walks off, and Vince Vaughn's character's like, y'all couldn't say nothing? Even the one who's dumb? Or what he says? Even the dumb one says something. He has no support from his...
Is that the same scene where Brick goes onto their side?
No.
Oh,
that was during the fight scene.
Okay.
He goes on there and it's like, get back over here.
That's so funny. Man.
And the whole scene where, we'll get into that fight scene.
Yeah.
And then Catherine Hahn is in this. I love Catherine Hahn.
Yeah.
She is so great. And she was in Step Brothers also. Yeah, Catherine Hahn was actually, she played in...
Which one is this one?
Catherine Hahn?
Yeah, which one?
She was one of the she was one of the newsroom people or whatever. She was kind of like the background.
Oh, okay.
She was really in the background the whole time as like whatever name it Christina Applegate.
She played his mom?
No. She was Catherine Hahn. She was you talking about in Step Brothers?
Yeah.
Oh, she was Adam Scott's wife.
Okay, yes, I know you're talking about now.
And then she plays Agatha Harkness.
Yes, I know you're talking about now. Okay. I was just thinking about. I just realized that. Okay, the mom in Step Brothers.
Yes.
Is also in Elf.
Oh, that's true.
And
it is true.
She's also in Talladega Nights, I think.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But that's what's funny because you see some of these names like that, and they just kind of show back up in some of these movies.
Sorry, we got off track there.
Yeah, we got off track there. So,
yes, Catherine Hahn. Okay, Catherine Hahn, I got you now. Yeah.
Well, then you have Seth Rogen's in it. He plays the camera guy throughout. And then Fred Armisen, he's another SNL alum.
Yep.
He's in there a little bit. And then some of the other cameos was Tim Robbins, Danny Trejo? Danny Trejo?
Sure.
I don't know. Spanish, I don't know. Sorry, I don't speak Spanish.
What's
That's what Will Ferrell's saying.
I know what you're talking about.
It's what he told him. He's like, sorry, what were you saying? I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, the dog. Yeah.
No, he says that to him in the bar. When he's in the bar talking to Danny Trejo. He goes,
Oh, yeah. He
he's
also
talking
does
to
dog
him.
that, though.
Yeah, he does the dog that,
yeah.
but he says it to Danny also in that when he's telling him in the bar, he's the bartender.
Yeah.
You know, times are changing. Ladies can do stuff now. And you're gonna have to learn how to deal with that.
What? Were you saying something? Look, I don't speak Spanish.
They have Luke Wilson, Ben Stiller. They show up in the fight
Ben
scene.
Stiller. So funny.
He's not even credited in this.
No?
No.
Oh, man.
Then Jack Black shows up at the
my
on the
God.
bridge and punts the dog off the bridge.
Worst scene of all
I know
time.
you hate that scene, but the dog
Pointless.
survives. The
Doesn't
dog
matter.
survives.
That scene is pointless.
No, it's not.
Pointless.
Because he loses his
Okay.
mind, and that's why Veronica gets her break, and because he's missing because he's distraught about losing his dog.
Could have been
It's
anything.
it's
Could
key
have
to
took
the
his dog with
It's a
him.
key to a plot point. I know. I was going to tell you about Tim Robbins. I heard that Tim Robbins. I want to mention this. It was funny because he shows up during the fight scene, but he didn't even care to get paid. All he wanted was a wig, a nice wig. You see this? He only wanted was a nice
He also
wig.
did this for another movie that he was in. Apparently.
Yeah, apparently has a thing for wigs.
Which is really
So-
bizarre.
That's a Hollywood actor for you.
I know. Which, I mean, they're probably really expensive. So.
They are expensive. It's nice. It's a nice collection of wigs.
Yeah.
There you go.
I also loved Will Ferrell's wig in this movie. I'm like, it's a very nice wig. Like,
Oh yeah, it's great. Great hair.
Not
Great
his,
hair.
definitely not his hair. He has terrible hair. It's very curly, and I was
yeah.
this wig is awesome.
Yeah, he has great hair in this movie. All right, so that's our cast member. I think we got a long time for that. But
Well,
there's
there's a lot,
There's a lot of
yeah.
cast
A lot
members.
of
A lot
them,
of
yes.
a lot of good cast members in this. That's great. Good to talk about. So obviously, we had already talked about this. You had seen this movie several times. I had seen it a bunch, off and on. I don't think this is my favorite Will Ferrell movie.
No.
It's not like a big. I enjoy this movie, but it's probably like 4th or 5th on the list of like Will Ferrell movies. What's your feeling going into it and stuff when you got into it? Were you not thrilled to watch this movie again? Or?
I had mixed feelings. I will say, this does kind of preface part of my rating, but I did not like it as much as I did as I remembered the first time.
Okay.
Like, I feel like it didn't age well with my
Memories of it?
maturity level.
Oh my gosh, your maturity level. You got more mature, and it's
Shut
a lot
up.
more immature movie.
No, I mean, I love stupid.
25-year-old me would have loved this.
I was not 25 when I saw this, by the way.
Well, not the first time, but I'm just saying overall.
Yes. No, I know. I'm joking about that part. But no, I do remember like watching it. I guess I did not laugh very much. I mean, there were some parts that were funny. And maybe it's because I just heard.
Because you knew the jokes already,
Yeah,
and so you're like,
maybe.
they didn't hit the same like they did.
Yeah, I guess. And it doesn't really hold any kind of nostalgia for me. You know,
Right.
it's not like I think the one thing that I noticed about this movie before that I've never noticed before was the costuming was really great.
Good 70s.
Yeah,
good 70s.
I just thought the costuming was really good. The set design was really nice. But yeah, I just didn't. It wasn't as good as I remembered it being.
Okay.
I
Oh,
guess.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is our first. This is the first movie we've watched together that one of us had seen before.
Right.
Or the other person would have. The other person who both of us have seen.
it. Yeah.
So it's kind of a different perspective on how it holds up for you. Now, this is a movie that you would go to, you would not watch on TV, but just throwing it out there for you to watch. So,
Right.
But I mean, I agree with parts of that. I don't. This is kind of like our ending conversation. This is how I would end our conversations about this, but we'll go ahead and talk about it. But
I know you asked.
I know, but I'm going to give my take on it too,
Okay.
because I agree with you on some of those, like some of the, I mean, I appreciate a lot of the comedy. I laughed and some of those things were great. I noticed a little bit different because I'm paying more attention and stuff like that. And, I still think it's a funny movie and all that.
Yeah.
But, like what we talked about, as far as a rewatchable Will Ferrell movie, this one isn't as high
Right.
as some of those. Like, I mean, we'll watch Elf every year.
Yeah. Multiple times.
Multiple times. I mean, this is, we'll watch Talladega Nights.
yeah.
It comes on all the time. It
yeah,
came
we'll
on
watch it,
I think
yeah.
it came on yesterday.
Yeah.
And we watched it.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of like Mrs. Doubtfire. Like, it's on, I'm going to turn it on. This one, I probably won't.
Right.
And especially it's not family friendly.
No.
I mean, Talladega Nights really isn't either, but
Maybe the TV version a little bit better.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of most of it goes over their head. But no, this movie is definitely not family friendly at all. But yeah, definitely not my first top pick. It never had been. Like, even when I watched it the first time, I thought it was like, okay, yeah, this is funny. But I guess, and I think I do remember when I watched it the first time, I was slightly disappointed because you do expect it to be, this came out first, right? Before Talladega Nights and all the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess because, we did see Will Ferrell on SNL. And so I think that's the point. Is like when we watched it the first time, it was funny. Yeah. But then all the rest of them came out that were way funnier, I feel like. And so maybe that was my perspective of watching it after I've already watched all the other movies he was in.
Yeah. I get that.
Which, I mean, it's not a Will Ferrell movie, but I mean, it is. He wrote it. He wrote it. He stars in it. It's literally his name. Ron Burgundy's in it. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a funny concept. I think and I haven't seen Anchorman 2, so I don't know. I'm assuming it's probably more of the same. But I think the concept is hilarious. And I think watching it for the very first time, I think you would think it was hilarious. But it just doesn't, it's like, it's funny and then it's over. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, and it doesn't I like the end isn't very, I don't know if it peaks. I don't know when it really peaks, because even like the ending and that whole thing, it didn't really it wasn't like a big peaking moment. It was kind of like resolved, but it wasn't like a big gesture.
Well, even their conflict at the end was like confusing. Like the whole bear thing, I'm like,
it kind of went to extreme. I don't think it hit. It didn't hit very good.
This is not funny.
Yeah, and that was the big.
I just didn't get it. Yeah, I think the biggest thing I had the problem with was two big things. One was the dog.
I know that. I know
that was terrible.
I know you hate that part.
It's horrible, especially how big of a part he has in this movie. It wasn't like it was just a dog. Okay, I get it. All right, but I also did not, and I guess maybe this is again going back on Christina Applegate, but it's not her fault. I feel like, but maybe it was. I feel like coming into the movie, she was like this, super serious, like, I'm the star. I come in here, I want to be the anchor woman. I'm not gonna take any crap from no man. Blah blah blah.
Anchor man, not anchor lady.
I mean, come on, Ed, it's bullcrap. Don't get me wrong. I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is anchor man, not anchor lady, and that is a scientific fact. Uh-huh. I don't know what we're yelling about.
But then she also falls, for Ron Burgundy, and then she's like, "Oh, Ron Burgundy, blah blah blah, we can blah blah." Like, I'm just like, okay, wait, what? Like,
yeah, it kind of flipped really quick and easy.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, I guess it was a fluke. The fluke is what did it for, because that's what it kind of made it seem like, and I was just kind of like, and then she ended up being just as big of a freak as he was. So, I mean, I guess it's supposed to be funny, but I was kind of thinking it would be more of like I think it would have been
better without the romantic relationship of it. It was just rivals.
Like, what? I think that Catherine Hahn would have been hilarious as Applegate, as what's her
Veronica
name?
Corningstone.
Veronica Corningstone.
Yeah,
she would have been
great.
like, like
Catherine
how
Hahn
she is with Agatha, like just like this hilarious satire character.
Yeah.
You know, and just like really always just like being very competitive, and they could just like be pranking each other all the time. Like that would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, what? I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Like,
oh, so
because
it
they
was that
got,
easy.
because they had the relationship, and then they were rivals, and then they were trying to like undercut each other, and you know, diss each other, and try to mess each other up.
I just didn't fly. I just didn't.
I know. That's the one portion that was. I agree with you on that. If it was just rivals and them doing the whole back and forth rivalry thing for more of it than it would, and then maybe if
that was the part that was so funny, like when she was doing the lead anchor woman and Champ and the other guy, Paul Rudd's character, were on the side trying to make her laugh and trying to get her to like mess up and stuff. That was hilarious. Like I think that would have been so much funnier to do more of that kind of stuff, you know. And then Britt coming in and
messing with the teleprompter.
Messing with the teleprompter, stuff like that. But yeah, I think that would have been funnier.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well,
I mean, I guess they were a lot. I mean, they did enough of it. They did enough of that. They could have done some more extreme, I guess. But then, obviously, I mean, the funny part was the whole reading. He'll read whatever's on the teleprompter is hilarious. Like you put a question mark at the end of it. My name is Ron Burgundy. Like, who put that on the teleprompter?
Yeah.
He's going to read whatever's on there. And then he says, go F yourself, San Diego. And they're like, he doesn't even know that he did it,
like,
which is hilarious.
Great show, everybody.
He doesn't even, what's hilarious, he doesn't realize that he did it. So it's great. And the Ron Burgundy, the fight that Ron and Veronica have, and she's like, whipping him with the antenna to the TV and just like killing each other.
Yeah, I didn't think that was very
You didn't
funny.
think that was funny? I thought it was great. I think the way that, I don't know.
It just looked stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I have a very fine line of stupid and funny. And I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't in a good mood that day. I don't know. But usually, like, if I'm not in a good mood, funny shows will make me laugh. Like, if I could be in the worst mood in the world and sit down and watch Elf and Talladega Nights and laugh, it's just funny. And so I don't know, I was like, maybe the chemistry wasn't there
But what are scenes that you did like?
Okay, so of course the iconic fight scene with all the stars and all the news anchors was freaking hilarious.
Now, before we do this, let's go over the ground rules. Rule number 1, no touching of the hair or face.
Of course.
And that's it!
It is hilarious.
Like,
it's so extreme.
It's just so extreme. And then I love Brick in this scene too. I mean,
Where'd you get a grenade?
I don't know. And it's just even the fact of them walking in there and he's like, they're all going to go look for the suit store and they're all following Brick and like, Brick, I thought you was this way. Howdy. Like whatever he says. Awesome.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
You're like, is it this way or not? What? It's just it's like his response.
Yeah. And then afterwards he's like, well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, the whole fact. Yeah, that was a great scene afterwards. He's like, wow, that really got away from us. And
Brick goes, Brick killed a man.
I was meaning to talk to you about that. You might need to find somewhere else to live.
You jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it? Yeah, I stabbed a man in the heart. I saw that. Brick killed a guy. Did you throw a trident? Yeah, there were horses and a man on fire, and I killed a guy with a trident.
Yeah, so that whole part was funny. Like, I love that because I love seeing, and it didn't go on too long because sometimes those things can go on forever.
Yeah. And the cameos, that's a great time for the cameos. Vince Vaughn shows up, which is great. And then
his laugh.
I want to tell you that scene. They said that the fight scene was shot. All of it was shot in one day. Because they had to keep on time and on budget.
Oh yeah.
And so it was actually. They said there were about 110 different shot setups for that scene.
That's crazy.
And they said it was about 103 degrees that day.
Oh my goodness, it looked hot. I'm not gonna lie.
And now wearing those suits and stuff, and like polyester suits is probably not comfortable, but they pulled it off. It was great.
And I just love Ben Stiller as a Mexican.
It's a Mexican news.
Like what? I don't even think he's
Como
close.
Diaz.
Not even close to being Mexican. That's the funniest part. Like, what? Why?
He like comes out of nowhere at the end.
Ay, ay, ay,
And like you said, the brick just walks over to the side. Get back over here.
ay. Yeah.
What are you doing?
So of course that one was the best. And I did like, and the scene afterwards was really funny. They had some really good lines in that.
Oh, yeah.
And then I really liked the Afternoon Delight scene.
Oh, I do too. I really thought it was just like, it was like, what? And it executed it so well.
Yeah. And then I think Paul Rudd's like, I didn't really like him with the whole Panther thing. That was so stupid. Like,
I could see where people would.
It was so long. The whole part was so long.
What do they call it? What was it?
Sex Panther.
Sex
Yeah.
Panther. That's what it
But
was.
I loved him with.
Smells like Big Boots dead. Smells like hair. Burnt hair on a turd. So that's funny.
It is funny.
And
But
then they had to hose him down afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know Ron Burgundy's
kinda-
like, I'm not gonna lie, that smells like straight gasoline. No, I mean it is funny. It just went on for a very long time. But I love him in the Afternoon Delight scene where he's talking about love and
He's like, what is love?
Yeah, I think I've been in love. His explanation of it is like, it's so stupid. And then Ron's like, I don't think that's love. And he's like, oh, dang it.
He's like, I had loved somebody once. I forget her name. Like,
Like
nope.
she was Chinese or Hispanic, I think. Or
Like, nope, I don't think that's love.
what?
And then Brick.
Yeah, best line of the whole movie.
Right.
I love lamp.
I love lamb.
Or is it, I love carpet. I love desk. I love lamp.
Brick,
Love lamp.
Brick, are you just looking around the room and saying you love things in the
Yeah,
room?
I love lamp.
I love lamb.
So funny.
That's so funny.
No, I love that one.
Brick, are you just looking at things in the office and saying that you love them?
I love lamp.
Do you really love the lamp, or are you just saying it because you saw it?
I love lamp. I love lamp.
I love all the scenes with Baxter, the dog. It's just so cute. And then when they get in the little pajamas and he's got the braces on.
They both have the headgear on.
Yeah, the headgear.
Little known fact, I used to wear a headgear.
Oh, you
I used to
did?
wear a headgear like that.
My sister used to wear headgear. She'll kill me if I tell out loud. She doesn't listen anyways.
Yeah, no, right.
No, but yeah. And then the I don't know if this is really a scene, but I guess it is. But Ron in the phone booth
Oh my gosh. I'm in a glass cage.
of emotions.
Emotions.
Yeah, I'm in a glass container or glass. Oh yes, I'm in a glass case of emotions.
Ron, where are you? I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Yeah, no, that's funny. And then Paul Rudd's character's like, "What? What'd you say?"
Yeah, tell him.
He can't hear anything he's saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that whole scene for sure is definitely like Will Ferrell genius. Just how he's able to just go all out and just commit to it.
Yeah, he definitely commits to all his roles.
For sure. But were any of those one of your favorites? Did you have a different one?
Yeah, the
obviously
singing
fight
after
scene
the
too,
lights.
but-
Sky rockets
Yeah.
in flight. Afternoon delight.
You really want to know what love is?
Yeah.
Yes, tell us.
More than anything in the world, Ron.
Well, it's really quite simple. It's kind of like... Gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight. My motto's always been, when it's right, why wait until the middle of a cold, dark night? When everything's a little clearer in the light of day. And we know the night is always gonna be here anyway. Thinking of you's working up my appetite. Looking forward to a little afternoon delight. Rubbing sticks and stones together, making sparks ignite. And the thought of loving you is getting so exciting. Sky rockets in flight. Woo! Afternoon delight. Whoop! You guys have it, I think. Afternoon delight.
I don't know, Ron. That sounds kind of crazy.
Sounds like you have mental problems, man.
Yeah, you got mental problems, man.
Yeah, it really does.
Man.
Afternoon delight.
I think,
Is
like I
that
said,
a real song? Or did they
yeah,
make it up?
Yeah, that's a real song.
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, that's a real song. They but it's just the whole excuse. They just did the whole thing. They did the whole song, and they were just like, it was so funny. It was like so random.
Is it Afternoon Delight and then like a cigarette, or am I wrong? Or is it a chocolate? I can't remember what it is.
I don't know. It's probably I don't know. I don't know what it's supposed to mean.
Or is it not appropriate?
Yeah,
well, that's what I thought
yeah.
Well, that's what I thought for at first, but I was like, no, I think I've heard that before. Let's see, I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, sexual suggestive word.
Yeah,
it is.
It is. That's what I was saying. It's suggestive for sure.
It's actually a film called Afternoon Delight.
I'm sure.
Starring Catherine Hahn.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a American comedy drama film written and directed by Joey Soloway. It stars Catherine Hahn, Juno Temple, Josh Radnor. I don't know any of those people, but that's pretty funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, let's see. Let's go on the. I like how the movie starts. The title cards, and I laughed at it this time. I don't think I've ever noticed it, but I laughed at it. I think I pointed it out. It says the following is based on actual events.
Yeah.
Only the names, locations, and events have been changed.
Yep.
It's like so. It's not. I did like the Veronica Ron fight scene. I think it was funny. The brick hitting on Veronica.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Are you saying there's a party in your pants and I'm invited?" That's it.
And then how he asked the next guy, "You want to go party my pants?"
Hey, no. Okay, let's go. He's like, no. He's like, he does his Steve Carell runaway.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
The way he jogs off is funny. Yeah, my favorite fight scene. My favorite scene was the fight scene.
Yeah, I think that's everybody's.
Yeah, it has to be. Those were. I think we had already talked about some of the other ones I like, but that's good. Talking about these scenes.
Oh yeah, it's way funnier than watching it. For sure.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. It had funny moments. Yes, it did. But there was a lot of moments that I did not like. So besides the dog scene, I also did not like the pool scene. Like at the beginning.
I have an announcement to make. Cannonball!
I just did not. I think maybe it was just him in a robe with his tidy whities. I don't know.
Well, that's classic Will Ferrell. He's not afraid to be in his underwear.
And just like,
I never forget that SNL skit where he's in the office.
Yes,
and it's like
American flag.
It's like Casual Friday, and he has like the American flag like underwear on.
Speedo, it's a tidy whities or whatever.
Yeah, it's American flag, and he's like, and they're all like trying to get him to recognize that it's inappropriate. He's like, "Are you not patriotic?" He's like, "I can see your bulge."
Yeah, he definitely likes. I think he likes to be in his underwear.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I don't know how many skits and scenes.
Every
movies,
movie.
He's in a shirt.
In every movie, he's in his underwear. Talladega Nights, he's in his underwear.
Yeah, he does.
Elf, maybe Elf is probably the only movie he's not in his underwear.
Or probably not. Step Brothers.
He's in his underwear.
Yeah, there's gonna be lots. Like I said, lots of. If not in his underwear, he's shirtless on SNL. It's like there's hot tub scenes.
Yeah.
And then I think he's even in the cowbell scene. No, he's in a tank top.
Yeah, but he's showing his belly.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he's showing his belly. And the harder he hits the bell, the more
he bounces.
The more his shirt comes up.
That's funny. And it's not like he has like a nice abs or works
Definitely
out.
dad bod.
And he's got the like curly hair that's kind of gross.
I know.
But he owns it.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Who's your favorite characters?
Oh, I said favorite characters was Brick.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, favorite actors was Steve Carell and Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, besides Will Ferrell, like he did do good in this movie. I thought he had funny parts, and he definitely is a great actor and committed to the role.
He definitely can take over the movie and lead a whole movie. He does great with that.
Yeah, but as far as I guess supporting actors, I want to mention was Steve Carell, especially with him being in like his earliest involvement in films and movies. I mean, and TV shows and stuff. And then Vince Vaughn too, which I don't think he wasn't a lot before in this either. But I could be wrong. But no, I don't know why. I just thought he was so memorable in this movie.
Vince Vaughn he's got his break in the late '90s, but it was a slow build. Like we had talked about that in our Rudy episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has done. He's been quite the leading man a lot.
He's just a very
since
memorable actor.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, even though, and like they say this all the time, like, even if you have a small role in a play or a movie, like, commit it to it 100%.
And
you
memorable.
know?
Like, yeah,
And
that
be
guy was in that.
memorable.
Like,
And-
you've only in like 2
yeah.
scenes, but you're like, people gonna remember, like, that guy's in that movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I always remember he's in this movie because it's hilarious. I
Yeah.
love his laugh and just his whole mannerism in it. It's really funny.
All right. Who is your least favorite character or actor?
I don't ever like to say an actor, especially with these films because they're all really, really good.
Yeah.
My least favorite character, it really wasn't my least favorite. I guess I would just say most forgettable was Champ.
Champ, me too.
And I love him as an actor. I guess his lines just weren't very good. It was like he was trying to be Brick, but also
he was a little more
Paul
over
Rudd's
the,
character.
He was a little more over the top with the misogynistic stuff.
I just don't like
and
that much.
He was a little bit much. He was very on the nose where everybody else was trying to be a little bit more, subtle with them hitting on Veronica and stuff.
Yeah.
But he was just like the dog barking and all that
it's really
stuff.
stupid.
That was funny, the whole scene where he goes and like tries to reach across her desk and he grabs her boob, but her response was great. He's like, "Oh, let me see this," and like punches him right in the crotch. I'm like, that's a great response. Like,
Yeah, for
just
sure.
like one for one. Like,
Yes.
it was funny.
I do like his obsession with Ron Burgundy. It was pretty funny.
He was like his dog,
that whole
man.
scene when he's talking about how he misses him and stuff. That was pretty funny. That was like the only part I thought that was memorable.
Yeah.
In that for him. But what about you? Would you agree with that?
I think Champ is my most one. If they redid his character a little bit better or something, but. I don't think Paul Rudd did fine his stuff, but his character wasn't as interesting, as all the other ones. But Champ, I didn't really care for as much.
I felt like Paul Rudd had more opportunities to be funny, and Champ did not. That's the only thing. It's like
He played off of. I think Champ played off more of.
Yeah.
Well, probably both of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I agree. Was there any other? Let's see. Let's get into. We'll get into some. I think we.
I already did the quotes.
We quoted a lot of these.
I already said all my quotes that I wanted to say.
Yeah, the scene after the fight. That's one I had. One of my favorite. Like you talked about, and a lot of these like quotes are like from each other. Were like they weren't really one-liners. They were as a group or back and forth between
like
some
dialogue,
of the.
yeah.
It's more dialogue, right? And we never did talk about one of my favorite, probably the most quotable lines from this movie is when Brick goes, "I don't know what we're yelling about."
Oh yeah, we do say that a lot.
We do that a lot. Then I think that's all I had. Let's see.
You're with us, Ron. What do you think? It's terrible. She has beautiful eyes and her hair smells like cinnamon. Mm-hmm. Loud noises.
Oh, Ron Burgundy's introduction to Veronica. He goes, "I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal."
Yeah.
That's very like quotable too in a lot
Yeah.
of things. She's like, "Really? People know me." I did a lot of the facts. Let's see. Did you see this about the Mexican restaurant?
Yes, I
You did? I don't even know how to pronounce.
I couldn't tell you
pronounce
either.
that.
And I
but,
do speak some Spanish.
Yeah, I won't go try to say how this.
Let me see.
The name of the restaurant is what the name of the restaurant, but the way it's translated is funny. It's I don't know if you could.
Did you write it down? Oh, yeah, I saw that. It's
What is that? Can you read that
oh gosh.
in Spanish?
Escupimos es su alimento.
Okay,
That's close as I got.
But what the funny part is it translates to I spit in your food. We spit in your food.
Yeah, is that a real restaurant?
No,
Oh,
it's made
okay,
up for
that's what
this.
they
Yeah,
called
it was. So yeah,
that was pretty funny.
we spit in your food. And then the movie was filmed in Los Angeles, not San Diego.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
All right, so we'll get wrapping this up. So it's time for Megan's favorite part. Well, she doesn't really care when it's her. When it's,
My favorite part.
I was being
My
sarcastic.
least- Oh, okay.
I was being sarcastic.
Sorry,
But you know-
didn't come across.
It's the his and her ratings time. So Megan gets to rate my movie. She hates it when it's her movie and I have to rate it. That's the part she really hates.
True.
She probably doesn't care as
No,
much
I
on
don't.
this. So the ratings.
What do you think my rating's gonna be?
A 2.5.
Very close.
Okay.
It's a 2.
You got a bit 2. Okay.
I gave it a 2.
A 2.
I gave it a 2. Yeah.
Right. I got a 5 for Rudy and a 2 for Anchorman.
I mean, the difference in movies.
A lot of different movies. This is not
It's a
different
roller coaster over here, Caleb.
I know. I try to go different.
You definitely did.
But I mean, I'm not going to complain. Not like you do.
Caleb!
I mean, I'll take it. A 2.
I don't complain. I just try to fight for my movies.
You do fight for another half star is what you do on yours.
I do.
I'm going to get another half star out of
No,
me.
because you were like, well, I was going to give it a half, or I was going to give it a quarter. Like, just round it up.
Well, I'll round down next time.
I
Then.
know. Well, I don't know. 2 just really stuck out. I was like, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it.
But then you're not going to rewatch it.
And I didn't really like it. Like, I mean, I did, but I laughed. But it wasn't.
Okay, so has the rating gone down from when you would have seen it the first time?
Oh yeah, like I would probably have.
So if
given
this is
it,
the
like,
first time you watched it, you would have given it a higher rating.
It would probably be like a 3.5. It would. I mean, if I hadn't seen any of the other Will Ferrell movies, then maybe it would have been a little even higher. But like, I felt like this is definitely subpar to the rest of them for sure. Yeah.
All right, well,
Yeah.
can't win them all.
No.
But I don't think it's a 5-star. You know, just because it's my pick doesn't mean it's a 5-star. But this isn't as a rewatchable movie. It has good, memorable parts, but it's not a good rewatch. And that's probably why we don't see it on TV reran as much as like Step Brothers or Talladega Nights. Definitely not Elf, but
yeah,
some of those other movies. I've seen The Other Guys comes on a lot.
It does come on a lot.
And then, like I said, Blades of Glory was on the other day. Which this is probably better than Blades of Glory. It's pretty close.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say it's probably about the same. It's Blades of Glory is not my favorite, but I do like to rewatch it.
Yeah, it comes on every once in a while, and we might be watching.
Yeah.
But all right, well, you know, like I said, you can't win them all.
That's the attitude.
Okay, well, now it's time for your pick. And this next set, we're going to do a little special for the holidays.
Yes.
So I'm excited about this. You get the first Christmas pick coming up in December.
Yes, I love Christmas movies. I think they're, just one of my favorite genres of movies. And it's just a classic, I was like, I feel like there's certain movies that you just never get tired of.
Yeah, never gets old.
And
right.
I mean, there's that's kind of like our whole point with all these movies of rewatch, but it's like these movies you just rewatch every year, and not only every year but multiple times. And
it's not like like it doesn't get old. You look forward to it. You have to. It's like you feel like you have to watch it multiple times during the season to get into the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, and I know we talked about. Because we kind of hinted about it with the Halloween season. We thought about doing Halloween movie or something like that, but we're not into scary movies, so that wasn't something that
it was early in our podcasting, so we didn't really think about it. But now we're looking forward to holidays and especially Christmas.
Christmas movies is a big thing. A lot of people look forward to those, like they look forward to Christmas music. So so we thought about doing a month of Christmas movies. I know you had the idea of doing a her pick and then a his pick, and then we would do a family pick and bring in our kids for this podcast episode. So I thought that was a really good idea.
So hopefully that works out. Our third Christmas
our
episode. Yeah, that's our plan. Our third Christmas episode will be a family one, and we'll have to record them separately, but we'll have the kids and try to logistically how to figure that out and kind of coach them.
Try to figure out how to get them not to all talk at the same time.
Yeah, talk over each other.
Maybe we'll interview them individually.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it'll just be fun, chaotic, listening to all of them at one time.
Yeah, and you'll see all the different personalities and how it works out. So it'll be fun. So look forward to that. But in the meantime, we get you get the first Christmas pick. So have you had time to think about it?
Yes. So I know we talked about like different options on what we could pick, and I mean there's there's so many movies that I love, and so I couldn't really pick a movie that is like my favorite because they're all my favorite. So I decided to go really, really classic with the movie, and just a pretty big staple in most people's lives.
Yeah.
I feel like not a lot of young people have seen this movie, so if you're one of the young people, and you haven't seen this movie, it's definitely a must watch. It's kind of like A Christmas Story. That was my other thing that I thought about watching.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
A Christmas Story. Yeah, we always watch that on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day even. We had a discussion with Jet the other day about that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he was like, "What's that?" Because I think there's a commercial on the radio about the Red Ryder BB gun, and he remembered watching that movie. But anyways, that's not the movie we're gonna be watching. So we're gonna be rewatching "It's a Wonderful Life."
Oh, It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the black and white classic.
I know. And I used to
that?
not really like this movie, like when I was growing up, just because it's boring, it's black and white. But the older I've gotten, the more I've really
appreciated
it. And I haven't seen it. I don't know if I saw it last year or not. I may have seen like bits and pieces of it. I haven't really sat down to watch it in a really long time. I know we watched, another one of my picks was going to be White Christmas or The Holiday. I know
you were looking for something very classic.
I was. Well, I've gotten really more into those a lot here lately. We have a big play production locally here that's going to be It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life. I'm sorry.
White Christmas. Yeah, we're doing White Christmas.
White Christmas. I'm sorry. Not even the same year, same genre, Christmas movie. And so I guess it kind of got me onto like the classics. And I know we watched recently is it The Holiday or The Holiday Inn? Yeah, The Holiday Inn. Yeah, that was one of the movies we watched a couple years ago for the first time, and that was such a great movie. Like, I don't really see that as a Christmas movie. Like, I guess it kind of
ended on Christmas, and it sparked White Christmas,
right?
And that's where White Christmas came from.
Yeah, but I love that movie. That's a great movie. I may even almost like that more than White Christmas. It's a really good movie. But anyways, yes, we're gonna watch It's a Wonderful Life. I know that's one of your dad's favorite movies.
Yeah, he has to watch that every year, and
then he cries every year.
That's his go-to for sure. Yeah. So that's awesome.
Yeah, but I just thought it would be really fun. Yeah, I thought it would be fun to rewatch and then to talk about it too, because there's a lot that I don't know about it. Obviously,
well, even that era of movies and actors and actresses in Hollywood is a lot different from what it is today. So it'll be fun to research that one.
What year did it come out? Do you know?
I think it's like 46 or something like that. It's something.
Yeah, I think that might be the earliest movie we've done.
Definitely, and it probably
by far.
It probably will. Probably.
Yeah, probably the earliest movie we've seen.
And we'll probably ever watch.
So have you thought about what movie you were gonna do?
I did. I'm thinking about Christmas one, and we've been looking forward to this this time.
Well, don't say it yet.
So I'm not gonna say it, but I will.
Episode.
I will go in. I'm going a different direction, so it'll be fun. Two different directions of, but a same Christmas and holidays. So I look forward to doing yours and seeing what I do, and then we'll have to get the kids to agree on a movie to watch. We'll probably give them like 2 or 3 options, and
that probably won't be hard. They like them all.
No, they do, but it's obviously going to be. It's.
I don't think we should let them pick. I think we should just pick one.
Well, me and you will talk about it.
I mean, I guess it could be the kids' pick. I guess it probably needs to be a kid pick.
Kid pick, okay. Yeah, or family pick or something, or us pick or something.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So,
yeah.
Well, we'll end on that. So that was a fun episode.
Yeah.
But we'll look forward to this next run of shows and episodes, and hope y'all stick with us, and y'all make sure y'all are leaving y'all's 5-star reviews, and
let us know how you like this Christmas special. That's what we'll call it, the Christmas special.
There you go.
Let us know how you like that. Maybe we can do more in the future, although I don't really know what other themes we would do.
I mean, Valentine's coming up, or
no.
New Year's.
Love stories.
Yeah, we can do a love story. I don't know if we do a whole month. Like, this is like a whole month.
Christmas
is like a whole month
like
thing.
Just a his and her pick for Valentine's
or
Day,
just like one pick. Maybe your pick.
I know we can do Easter and. I don't think it's gonna work out the same. But anyways, either way,
watch Passion of the Christ for Easter, and
I don't think that would go over well about criticizing that movie. I couldn't do it.
Not criticizing, no.
No, for sure.
Anyways.
But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this Christmas special. And
I'm looking
if you
forward to
do,
it.
let us know how you like it. And
Tell us your thoughts on everything. Not just, this episode and future episodes, and get involved a little bit. We love to hear feedback and stuff. So help us out.
Yeah.
So anyways, well, from all of us here at the His and Her Rewatch podcast, my name is Caleb.
I'm Megan.
Stay classic, podcasters.
You want to say Tits McGee?